Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here again to talk about any pain, any disappointment, any rejection, anything that is frustrating your life that is going to bring the best in you, is going to bring that your talent, that your skill that is hidden is a good one, my brother and sister. I want to use myself as an example for today. I had this relationship for good 2 years. We nurtured this relationship. The relationship was fantastic for 2 good years. Not that we don't have disagreements and stuff like that. We did, but we never take anything to mind as in serious quarrel, serious problem in that relationship for good 2 years. It was fantastic because we were open to one another. We were friends. We can share anything. We can see gist and laugh from morning till night, and we're still together, no quarrel, nothing. So it was, we plan together, we do business together. Yes, if we see any business we want to do that we think, okay, let's try it, we do it together. So we're doing things like husband and wife. That's why I say it was a fantastic relationship. At the course of that relationship, I was able, we now finally we are even staying together. Yes, because I was actually having my house, but I later on packed and went and was staying with him from Monday to Sundays. We were always together. So that 2 years, it's not because um it's not that we're far away from either. We see each other almost every day. The traveling I can make, I think this traveling I make within that period is maybe weekend, 2 days, whatever. That's all. So we were always together. So it was a fantastic relationship because the guy spoiled me with love. You see, the relation was such a relationship that we budget things together, we plan things together. But if there's nothing in the house, nobody waits for anybody. Maybe there is no this thing in the house. If there's no food in the house, I have money, I go buy food. When I can go to the supermarket to buy him clothes. Same thing he did to me. He buys a lot of books for me because he knows that's my hobby. So that's how we were so open to one another, having a very fantastic relationship. Until one day I found out he was actually dating someone. And this dating that he dated, he got that girl. It was that one of those weekends that I traveled, those 2 days weekends I said I traveled. That yeah, he was working in a bank, so actually he will be seeing girls every day. But then I have never seen him with any girl because we are almost staying together, and he closed from work, he come back to the house. So there was not any room to suspect that this guy is even actually toasting another girl, even though he can toast another girl. But anyway, that he's dating another girl anyway. That's what I want to say. So it was until that time I traveled. Then when I came back, I'm not going to give you the story because the story is in the book already. This book you're seeing, that's the whole story. That story I'm trying to summarize now, because what I'm talking about today is that thing, that pain that is going to bring out the best in you is a good one. So this my disappointment was a very good one to me. I cried. I almost like I don't eat. I lean. If you see me everywhere, like people will know because I'm someone that I don't discuss the weakness of my partner to anybody. I don't want anybody to use it against him. I don't, and that's it. So when this thing happened, I alone was like, how do I do? How do I get out of this thing? What do I do? So I thank God for my reading habit, because when it happened, I couldn't open up to people to say, see, this my fantastic relationship that I was like, wow, this guy is different, has crashed. So I was like, I want to handle everything by myself. So my reading hobby actually helped me in dealing with that my breakup. So I started looking for books to buy. I bought books, different books on anything on relationship, marriage, or whatever I see, I will buy. Until I met this, I bought this book, one book, Love, Sex, and Licensed Relationship. If you've read the book is fantastic. I picked that book in a shop. I bought the book, and I started reading that book. As I started reading that book, it's just like this was what I was looking for that very moment. This the words in that book, they were talking to me directly. They were telling me exactly what happened. And I was nodding my head as I was reading, as in agreement of likes, Yes, I wanna say remember I said the relationship was fantastic. It was when I was reading this book I started seeing the shortcomings, why relationships break easily and quickly. I started seeing it. I started nodding my head and in agreement that yes, this was why that relationship. Not because he has a girlfriend, but this were the problem that make that relationship to crash. So as I was reading, I read that book for like I read it more than 6 times. Anytime I read it, I'll see one wisdom. It will talk to me. That is how that book neutralized my pains. Not just that, it taught me big lessons. That that is the reason. There are so many reasons that people break up so easily, and that book exposed everything to me. So that book just calmed down my nerves. That's why when people say they don't read, I don't know how they get information. I don't know how they source for information to sustain their businesses, their lives, to grow and all that. So I always get confused when people say I don't like reading. So that book, I read it, I read it again. So when I started reading and I started understanding why the relationship went wrong, I now started writing my story. Just like play. I started writing my story, this day, this what happened, everything. When I finished my story, what next? I said, how was I able to forgive him? So I write it everything, how I was able to forgive him, how I was able to forget about the situation, how I was able to pick up my life and become a better me. So that is it. That's disappointment. That was how I wrote my first book. I was looking for solution for my pains. I will now discover the solution, and I say a lot of people are making such mistakes that I made that make that relationship to Christ. So I need to put it in writing. So I was writing like play. I was just writing it just like writing, just like because I love reading and writing. I was just writing it. I never knew it was a skill in me that was hidden until that breakup happened. I wouldn't have discovered that my writing skill. I might have discovered it later in life, but it might be too late for me to discover it then. Let me just say it's like that. So that was how I discovered my writing talent. To the glory of God, I have written six and I'm working on the seventh book now just because of disappointment. Is that not a good disappointment? Is that not a good pain I went through? So I'm trying to tell you now today that if you're going through the pain, any pain, discover why you're going through that pain. Discover why you're going through that pain. Is it financial pain? You're always broke, broke, broke. There's one information you're looking for. There's one information that you just need to change that situation. Search for information. Search for information. So that pain, that rejection, that disappointment, look for the good part of it and be the best you can. I tell you, if not for that pain I went through, that pain I went through, everything is documented in this my book you're saying. So if you're interested in the book, you chat me up to get a copy. So that is it. If you are going through any pain, any disappointment, any rejection at all, look at that thing. Search for information about that thing and you will come out stronger just like I did. Now, I'm a proud author. I never knew I had that skill. Though I love reading, I never knew I could write. So this is it. That is the truth. Any pain, any rejection, any frustration that is making you to have sleepless night, that cry you're crying, there's something that you have not known. Look for that information. Search for that information and be the best you can. Thank you guys. Follow my page for more books. Next time I'm going to talk about a book that made me to start my financial book. Some books I read that changed my mind about money. I will be discussing it in my next video. So don't miss it. I love you. Love you. Bye, 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 bye.